Hi guys. So how are you all? As you know, we are making a series on Kotlin basics for beginner. And in our previous video, we have learned about how we can use a for loop and what is how we can use range in it. So today we are going to learn about functions in Kotlin. So for this, let me make a new Kotlin class or file, that is function example, and let's make it a file. So what is a function? In any programming language, a function is a block of code that is used to perform some functionality. So for example, we have to write a block of code and it will perform some functionality. That's why we use function, and we can use that with the name of that function. We can reuse that function from anywhere we want. For example, we make a main function every time we have like we want to operate somewhere, when we want to perform some like function or anything in our default file. So in Kotlin, main is a default function, that is the main first function we need to execute. Just for example, same in Java where we have the public static void main function, same we have main function in Kotlin. So how we define a function in Kotlin? Basically what we have is that we have to define with fun, and then we have to give the method name, function name. You can write it like this: function name. And then we have to define the parameters. That we can define any number of parameters, one, and params 2, any number of parameters we can define, and we can define it in their types and so on. And then we have to define the return type, what type of return, like either we want a integer returns or we want a boolean or we want a string. Whatever we want, we have to define the type. And in this we can then we have to perform the operation, and in here we have to define the return type, whatever return type we have to define above. So this is how you define a function. So let's see it by an example. So for example, we can define a function of add, and here we have like first variable, or you can say first integer, that is an int. Then we have second variable, that is an int. And we have to, right, so what we are going to do, we are going to add first variable, second variable, then we need a return in integer. And so you can see it is giving us an error that return expression required. So as we have defined it a return type as int, so we have to define a return type in integer. So we have to define like first variable, we can do it like this, plus second variable. So we can define it like this. So because first variable is integer, second is integer, the return will be an integer. Otherwise we can do it like this: variable c, which will be equals to first variable plus second variable, sorry, second variable, and we can return here c. So this is how it will work. We can define using the return statement can be initiated. So this is how you define your function in Kotlin. And to see this, we can do like how we can reuse it. Add first variable is 3 and second variable 4, and as it is returning us a variable, so we can do it like this: print, and sorry, like this, and same print add first variable 9, second variable 4. So let's run it and see the result. So by default it will return us the integer variable, and we can reuse it. So this is how you can define a function, and you have to define the return type in it. So then, as till it is running, let me tell you like which these first variable and second variable in a function is called as the parameters, and the value we pass from here, these are called as arguments. So here you have seen like 7 and 13 is the like this is the first return of this, like 3 plus 4 7, and this perform the addition operation, and the second is 13. So, and this is how you can define a function. Also in Kotlin there is a another way to define it, that is single line function we can define. For this what we can do is we are only doing the addition of first variable and second variable, so we can do it like this. We can remove it and we can do first variable plus second variable, and this is also called as single line function, and we can define it like this, like it will do the same addition for us. So this is also called single line function. Another thing which we can do is we can remove this int, because we know the first variable and second variable on some always be an uh, like always be an integer. Okay, so if we run it again we will get the same result. Another thing which we need to learn in so another thing is default arguments in a function in Kotlin. For this what we have to do is, for example, if we don't pass the value of second variable, but if you want, if anything nothing is passed for the second variable, you have to pass a like default value of 9. So if we don't pass the second variable here, and in second example I am passing it, so this will what it will give 9 plus 3, it will take the default argument value from here. So let's see in the example. So 9 plus 3, it will take the default value as 9, and it will do at 12, and in second we have passed the second argument, so it will take the this value 4 as a second argument. If we don't pass anything, it won't it will take the default value. If we pass something, it will take that second argument. Same for this, or to show this more clearly, what we can do is, let me show you with another example, and we can say first let give it a count, and that is an int whose default value is, let me give it a 7, and in this what I will do is print I am count, and with dollar sign, okay, not this, let for I in 0 count, and let's take the print here and dollar I. So for this what I will going to do is, first I'm going to just simply call this, and in the second value I'm going to pass the value as 3. So here in first example, when I'm calling the example, I'm not passing any value, so it will take the default argument as 7, and second time I'm passing the value as 3, so it will run for 3 times. Let's run it and see. So you will see in first it will run for 7 times. Yeah, so print 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and second time it will run for 0 1 2 3. So this is how you can see. And also guys, here if you have seen, there is no return type. So by default the return type is unit in Kotlin. If you even pass it, it will show you the value like this, redundant unit return type, because in Java we have the void, and in here in Kotlin we have the default return type as unit. So if there is no return type, then it is the unit as a return type in Kotlin. So this is how guys you can define functions in Kotlin. You can define single line function in Kotlin. So function example, this is the function name, and these are the parameters, return type, and then you have to perform the operation, and you can define the return type in Kotlin. Also there are higher order function, inline function, non-inline function in Kotlin, which we are going to discuss in future for in the same our course of Kotlin learning. But also, if you want to see, we have another video of higher order function in Kotlin. You can check that out. But this is the basics how you can define function in Kotlin. So tell me guys how you like this video. Do like, comment and subscribe, and do let me know if you want me to make some video on some specific topic on Kotlin or in Jetpack Compose. Till then guys, cheers, bye, take care.